I'm shocked how pretty and appealing I can make MS look. People can appreciate nice design, but when they hear the story behind it, they appreciate it even more. I would describe my designs as bright, vibrant, exciting, and really interesting to look at. The name Charcot came from the French neurologist Jean-Martin Charcot, who first discovered MS in 1868. I wanted a nod at MS in my business name, but not with MS, because that kind of scares people. When I was diagnosed with MS, I felt just overwhelmed because I didn't really know what MS was. It came as a bit of a shock, even though I had experienced really bad symptoms. I went blind in one eye, my balance was off. When they'd mentioned it could be MS, I didn't want to know anything about it. I was really scared. My first thought, as many, I thought I'd end up in a wheelchair like instantly. Before the diagnosis, I didn't really know much about MS at all. I thought it was a condition that affected old people, which isn't true at all. You know, people are mostly diagnosed in their early 20s or 30s, but I just knew that it was debilitating. When I decided to use MS as my inspiration for my design work, I thought, oh, I could use my MRI scans as source material to design from. So I went and I actually asked my MS nurse if I could get my scans, and I told her it was for art, and she was like, okay. So MS on a brain scan just looks like a white blob. There's lots of little patterns and things in it, but then there's big white sections, and that is where the MS is attacked and created a lesion shape. And I take those shapes and play about with them and just see what happens. It's weird, see, I don't see them as me, they're just the source material, so I kind of just separate myself from it and don't really think much. I'm just like, oh, what can I design from that? When I was playing about with the scans and just coming up with these beautiful patterns, I thought, this is something I want to continue, and I thought with my prints and patterns I could really take it to new audiences that wouldn't necessarily have a link to MS. It's brought up so many opportunities. So this year I actually showed some work in an exhibition at Parliament down in London, which was incredible. But that's just amazing because the government needs to get on board with trying to help progress hopefully the cure and the research for MS. And yeah, I went to China, which was incredible. I never thought MS would take me there, but I got to make a presentation and showed my work in the main exhibition space at the first design week in Shenzhen. And V&A Dundee selected me as their first design champion in the lead up to them opening, which I'm still amazed at, but I'm just so thankful that they appreciate my way of designing and what I want to try and achieve with it as well. This relapse really gave me a fright. The nerves in the left side of my face weren't very responsive. My balance and walking was way off as well. Got tingling in my hands that never really left since that relapse. It just reminds me, oh yeah, I've got MS and I need to remember things like this can happen. So since my last relapse, it did give me a kick up the butt a little bit, like, oh my God, I need to get going with Charcot and design even more and raise as much awareness as possible, because it is scary when something like that happens. I do feel like using MS as my inspiration definitely has helped me come to terms with things. It just made it so much easier to talk about, because when I was first diagnosed, I didn't want to tell anybody. When my work is appreciated by like the design world and even the MS Society and things, it's just incredible, because I started off doing this pretty much just for me, but the fact that I'm getting out there and helping raise awareness, it's just unreal actually. I'm still sometimes have to pinch myself.